Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking live here at NLW Metal, the Royal Rumble pre-show, and there you see in the backstage the World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. It was only a few weeks ago that AJ cashed in Money in the Bank to win the world title from Sting after he'd gone for a grueling 2 out of 3 falls matchup. Nevertheless, tonight is the rematch. It is AJ Styles versus Sting for the world title here tonight at the Rumble. Who's going to head into WrestleMania as world champion? Maybe we'll find that out tonight, but maybe we'll not. And who is going to WrestleMania to face the World Heavyweight Champion? Because tonight is the Royal Rumble matchup. Here on the pre-show, we've got an X Division title match for you. DX are going to be out here later as well, and much more. Here tonight, the Royal Rumble pre-show. The Royal Rumble is imminent, and we are ready and live for metal. And this is the Royal Rumble pre-show, and there is one man who plans to get a championship early, not gonna wait until the Rumble. Here on the Royal Rumble pre-show, here you see the challenger for the X Division Championship, Christopher Daniels. He won this opportunity a few weeks ago. In fact, it was our last metal, we won a battle royal to be named #1 contender for the X Division Championship, and he gets it here tonight. Just a few moments before we go live for the Rumble pay-per-view, he has a title match on the pre-show here tonight on Metal. And bear in mind that both of these guys are going to be competing in the Royal Rumble matchup later on tonight. And here you see the NLW X Division Champion Austin Aries has held that title since January, and he plans to keep on holding it tonight. In fact, he could also not only retain his title here tonight, but also possibly win the Rumble. Then again, Daniels has also got that in mind. But if he can get past Daniels, he's certainly got to be one of the favourites, along with many others in the Rumble tonight. The NWO, DX, Undertaker, Punk, Hardy. So many names, and so many names yet to be now announced, and this matchup gets underway. Kicking off the pre-show of the Royal Rumble. This is for the X Division title, Aries versus Daniels. The last time these two met one-on-one, it was Daniels who got the one-on-one victory. However, that was a non-title matchup. But can Daniels etch his name into history and become only the second ever X Division champion here tonight? And not only that, be the first man to win a match on the pre-show and go on to win the Rumble. But now you see, there's an elbow and a massive drop kick by Christopher Daniels, showing off the athleticism that he has picked up over his years in this business. And now sends him out of the ring. Austin Aries like a ragdoll sent to the outside. And you got to believe that they'll want to be conserving energy for later tonight, but also gonna wanna win the title here tonight. Daniels, the springboard moonsault didn't connect, but that certainly did. Suicide dive through the second rope, and Austin Aries, like a torpedo, crashes into the body of Daniels. And Daniels now sent back in the ring as Austin Aries knows what he's got to do to win, but it's whether he can effectively do the maneuvers that he needs to. That is the question. He's on the top rope now and delivers a huge missile drop kick from the top. And Aries is certainly confident here. Aries confident in his own ability. But will that be enough? And now you see, uppercut, and now a Hurricane Rana by Daniels. Daniels wants to win the title here tonight, and then go on to WrestleMania, possibly to defend it. You never know. But now you can see, choking him at the neck. And Aries in a world of pain right now. Aries also one looking to win the title here tonight, retain it even, and go on to WrestleMania and defend it. But that's going to be hard at the moment, as Daniels still kicks out. And now you can see the evil intention in his eyes. He's lucky that he got out of that one unscathed. But Aries not going to get out of this unscathed. Daniels sending him shoulder first into the steel ring post. And now Daniels, look at this. Springboard moonsault. Here is the cover on Aries, but a kick out by Aries again. This is the same night where we will see D-Generation X in the ring. It has been confirmed. DX scheduled to be here on the pre-show later tonight. But right now it is Aries in trouble, as he is held by the leg in that submission maneuver. But he does get to the ropes and just about. Just in time for Aries. But has the damage already been done? Can Aries bounce back from this? That is the question, as he holds his leg. And now Daniel's going to go running after him, but now you see the spinning punch sends him loopy for the moment, in a daze, but he's certainly going to be a daze after that. Missile drop kick in the corner. And now we know what Aries usually follows up with this. Is it going to be a brainbuster? But a Northern Light suplex by Daniels. Here's the cover, but still, the bridge wasn't enough. But will that be? The drop kick to the back, the baseball slide. And already Daniels senses he wants to go to the top rope. Is he going to go for that BME? It's put many away in the past. And now goes for it. But Aries with the wherewithal to scout it out. And sort of messes up his balance in a way. And now he's hung up in the trio woe, but he does get out of that with a vicious kick to the skull. And now Aries grabbed from behind him. We're going to see a German suplex, but a roll through reversal. Here's Aries, and Aries picking up the shock victory. And from out of nowhere, seemingly nothing, Aries picking up the 1-2-3, and I don't think Daniels actually expected that. He thinks he kicked out before too. It certainly was close, but nevertheless it is Austin Aries who picks up the victory and retains his X Division title here on the Royal Rumble pre-show. But now we'll take a look back at this again. The BME could very well have put it away, but Daniels managed to get out of that trio woe by kicking him in the head, and then went for the German suplex, but instead got reversed over and into a roll-up and the 1-2-3 for the victory. Austin Aries, still your one and only X Division champion in history. Daniels looks pissed. He looks very unhappy with what just went down, and oh my! And for God's sake, there's no need for this. And I said he looked unhappy, and now he's taking his frustration out on Aries, and oh, for the love of God, for God's sake! And now he's working on that knee that he worked over in the match, and oh my! Good grief, a chair shot to the knee. And Daniels, this is just disgusting. And Aries may be seriously injured here. Is he going to make it to the Rumble? Or has Daniels done enough damage to keep him out?
In what was the second most viewed event in NLW history, the Royal Rumble will return. 30 men will enter the ring for an over-the-top rope battle royal, but there can only be one winner. Who is going to go on to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania 2? The stakes have never been higher. This is one to remember. Who will fulfill their destiny and win the 30-man Royal Rumble? Who will be the one? NLW Royal Rumble live.
And the Royal Rumble is going to be live in a few short moments, and there you see in the backstage Jeff Hardy, the man who is going to be number one in the Royal Rumble match tonight. In fact, the reason he is number one is because this past week he lost a triple threat match. He was the man pinned when he was pinned by CM Punk in a triple threat, also involving The Undertaker, and now Hardy has a difficult task ahead of him tonight when it's the Royal Rumble. And can you believe it's only this Saturday, the Royal Rumble coming your way live, and we've already seen it tonight on the pre-show how intense rivalries have gotten, to the point where Daniels actually attacked the leg of Austin Aries. Is he going to make it to the Royal Rumble? Who knows, but who knows about this one, because it's for the Intercontinental Championship. R-Truth goes one-on-one with Chris Jericho. Jericho's in the midst of a historic championship reign, but do the NWO have something up their sleeve for R-Truth when he challenges for the IC belt? And you got to believe that Bray Wyatt has some eerie tricks up his sleeve, because he's going one-on-one with Raven in a no-holds-barred matchup. He cost Raven the hardcore title a few weeks ago, and since then it's been non-stop from Bray Wyatt, and Wyatt goes one-on-one with Raven in a no-holds-barred matchup, certain to get extreme, and this is also certain to get extreme. It is inside a steel cage. Randy Orton doesn't even have to pin Kurt Angle to win this one. He can simply escape the cage, but will Angle let him? That's the question. We know that Angle isn't 100% after the assault this past week, but it is going to happen inside a cage. Angle versus Orton. And for the World Heavyweight Championship, it is on the line in AJ Styles' first title defense. He puts it on the line against Sting. Sting getting his rematch after he was cashed in on by Styles a few weeks ago, and a disrespectful slap across the face and a brawl erupted this past week. But the world title on the line live tonight. And also the main event, the Royal Rumble matchup, 30 men over the top rope. The winner gets a world title match at WrestleMania 2. We know Jeff Hardy's number 1, but there are also many more surprises to come. It is the Royal Rumble matchup live tonight. I can't wait. And there is the Viper Randy Orton getting ready in the backstage tonight. He has got a steel cage matchup against the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Doesn't have to pin or make him submit. He can simply climb over the cage or out the cage door to win. However, you gotta take into account the state that Kurt Angle was left in this past week by Randy Orton in the steel cage. And tonight, it's going to be 10 times more bloody, 10 times more violent. The cage match tonight at the Royal Rumble. And you want to talk about violence? This group is reformed just to do that. They want to bring violence to the NWO, and D-Generation X thus far have tried to. They had a good run originally when Triple H betrayed Shawn Michaels. That was a year and a half ago almost. But they are back together, and it's very unlikely that they're back together because it's been mentioned countless times that they are rivals, they're not friends. The only reason they're back together is to take out the NWO. And thus far, they have been successful, but this past week took a little bit of a snag when Triple H lost to Kevin Nash in that 6-man. In fact, it was an 8-man tag team matchup. DX unfortunate that night, but what have they got to say to the NWO live before the Rumble?
You know what, Sean? This is not half bad. Is that what you think? You think this is us making fun of you as some kind of insecurity thing? Let me tell you why we make fun of you. How can I say this? You two are like, you're like butts, right? But not so much the cheeks as the like little center part. And the second reason we make fun of you guys is, let me see, how can I explain this in a way you'll understand? So, you know the Incredible Hulk, right? When he's the big green monster, and then when he's, you know how like when he's Bruce Banner and he's all calm and relaxed, then the monster stays away. But when Bruce Banner gets angry, then the monster comes out. See, that's kind of us. When we're up here and we're joking around and we're goofing and we're having fun, then the monster stays at bay. Unlike Bruce Banner, we like when the monster comes out. And as a matter of fact, why wait?
Why wait indeed? DX don't want to wait until the Royal Rumble. They want to get their hands on the NWO right now, but looks as if they're going to come to DX. Or I was about to say NWO is going to come to DX, but I don't see the NWO. All I see is the betrayer, the leader of the NWO, the commissioner of No Limits Wrestling. He is the only one out here right now, and DX are as confused as we are.
I'll go ahead and remind both of you that if you lay one finger on me, so help me God, your Royal Rumble and WrestleMania dreams go away. I'm not really out here to antagonize you, quite the contrary, I'm here to warn you. Now I understand exactly what you're saying, but unlike the Incredible Hulk and unlike DX, the NWO doesn't have a normal state. We are angry all the time. We are vicious all the time. There is no joking around with us. And it is obvious that there isn't that much joking around with you two. Your two inflated egos combined could get along. Maybe you could have a chance at taking down the NWO, but you don't. because there's still that history between you two. That means your rivals are hot. You can put on this facade that you're friends and you're here to take down the NWO. But we saw it at our last road to WrestleMania, that when it comes to the World Heavyweight Championship, it's every man for himself. And that's the same for a lot of teams, but not ours. Because Kevin Nash, The Big Show, R-Truth, they're all going to be in the Royal Rumble tonight. One of them's going to win it, because we're a cohesive unit that works together for the greater good. I'm sick and tired of people telling me what to do. I'm my own man, this is my company, and I'll do with it whatever the hell I please. You've pissed off a couple people in your time in the wrestling business with the Clique. Well, the new Clique has even greater control now. The new Clique consists of us. You're either with us, or you're against us, or you choose to stay out of our way. You'd be wise to, but you want to stick your nose in our business. So Sean, Hunter, make no mistake about it. Tonight is our night, and if either of you think otherwise, you've got another thing coming.
Do they now? Well, I beg to differ. I think that oh no! And that's the Big Show! And the Big Show dragging out Michaels and the lie detector! And here they are! Not coming out like men, coming out like cowards, blindsiding these guys. And now he's got the boot over the throat of the game.
It never had to be this way. You chose to make it this way. And now tonight, your time is up, as the NWO will be atop come the end of the Royal Rumble. And that is a promise.
Well, statement made from the NWO. DX have had all the hype over the past few weeks, but the NWO quelling that right now. We are moments away from the Royal Rumble live on pay-per-view, and you can see already how the NWO have manipulated their way into this spot, and the commissioner's nodding his head. He's happy with his handiwork, and the Big Show's dragged Shawn Michaels to the back. Don't know what the hell's happened to him, but NWO putting their stamp of authority on the proceedings out here.